Hey guys, welcome back to Stitchy Reese Pieces. I am Erica and this is the channel where I share all things stitchy with you. Mostly cross stitch, but some other stitchy things too. I like to sew also and crochet, and so yeah, I have lots of things to share. But today's video is a little bit different because I have taken some time and actually finished something. So the first part of this video is going to be some fully finished items, and then the second half will be my whips. And I also have a crochet project and a sewing project to show you today. So thanks for joining me. Welcome if you're new here, and welcome back if you've been here before. I love having you guys and reading your comments and interacting with you, and it's so fun to be able to just talk about stitching, which is so fun with other people, since nobody in my real life, I don't know anybody else that stitches, so it's been fun. So let's get started. First, I will show you a quick thing I spent some time on, and that is a sweatshirt. I actually made a couple sweatshirts, but this one is my favorite new cozy sweatshirt, and it's just in time for fall. I believe tomorrow is the first day of fall, so I actually embroidered that and sewed up my sweatshirt. So I'm excited to have cozy sweatshirts. I actually found another pattern for a new sweater from Stitchy sewing patterns, so I'm hoping after this video to make a new sweater using that pattern. So if you are a sewer and you haven't heard of Stitchy, S-T-Y-L-L-A, Stitchy patterns, they have some great patterns and they have some really good free ones too. So I'm going to do that. That was my sweatshirt. And normally I save this for the end, but I'm going to show you in the beginning this time. This project is a crochet project, and it's the only one I have going. It's Mosaic crochet. If you have never heard of Mosaic crochet and you are a crocheter, you definitely need to look into it. It's so easy, but the way it works just looks amazing. And these kind of remind me of like cross stitch samplers a little bit. So I'm making a blanket, and we just got back from a camping trip, so while I was camping it was nice and cool, and so it was really fun to work on this and sit outside. So I worked on this a bit while camping. This is called Flora's Fauna, and it's Mosaic crochet. So it looks like this. There's like a larger version and a smaller version. I'm doing a smaller version, and so yeah, I just think I love it. I've shown in the past some of my older videos my first Mosaic crochet blanket I made. So this is the second one that I'm working on. Now I'm gonna have to back up too. Okay, so you can see the bottom has ladybugs. Then we go into some snails and hedgehogs, acorns, and then I just kind of got done with these leaves and squirrels, and then I'm up in like kind of a leaf pattern up here. So yeah, just really fun. It's actually very simple. If you crochet, it's just a single crochet and a double crochet, and you start on the right hand side and you end on the left. So you just take one and you end it on each row. So I worked on that, and I finished that squirrel portion and started up here while I was camping. I need to work on that some more. I was hoping to have it done this fall. It won't be done this fall, but that's okay. There's a Christmas one I want to start, and there's also another cute fall pattern I saw. So between that and cross stitch, I mean, I'll never get it all done. But anyways, look up Mosaic crochet if you like to crochet. There's some amazing patterns out there. And make sure I get that put away. Okay, now we're going to go on to my cross stitch finishes. And these are fully finished, so you've seen some of these this year. I finished some of these projects this year, and I think maybe all of them I finished this year, but now they are fully finished. So I don't know if I will have all the details, but I'll do my best. This was a Mill Hill kit. Don't remember the name of it. Sorry. It's on the normal Mill Hill fabric. It's one of the, like, I think there's probably like 4 or something, like fall designs, but I finished this one this year. That cute little Scotty dog. And I just bought a cheap like 5x5 frame on Amazon and stuck it in there. Now the glass, I had to take the glass out because with that button it wouldn't fit. But I think it looks pretty good. I just wanted a cheapo little frame to stick it in, and I'll switch this out like through the seasons when I get other ones. But I thought that that was pretty cute. It might be called like Autumn Bench or something like that. So that was finish number 1. Finish number 2 was from, I think it's Primrose Cottage Stitches. I think. Could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's who it is. And it's this kind of, sorry there's going to be a glare, but this kind of patriotic house street scene. And I just thought it was really cute. It was hard to find a frame that was long, like long and skinny. So this is actually, the back is just totally undone, and I'm fine with that because no one's gonna look at it. But this was actually like a piece of artwork, like a vertical hanging artwork at Hobby Lobby, and I was like, well, that frame would fit. So I ripped it apart, I tore off the backing, opened it up, did all that, and just I wasn't able to put anything kind of inside it because it wasn't fitting. It was too thick. So I actually just like wrapped the fabric around the like cardboard backing that they had in here and just stuck it in there. So is it this perfect finish? No, but it sits on my shelf and no one's gonna come pick it up anyway. So I feel like at this point, this one too, I can swap out with other ones if I want. But I thought the frame worked well with it. So that was number 2. Number 3, this one I kind of went back and forth on, and I wasn't sure exactly how to do it or what to do. It's not like the most perfect thing. I mean, there's so many people out here who finish just amazing stuff, and they have just the cutest finishing. I don't have the patience for it. Like, I want to stitch, and I like the cute finished stuff, but I don't want to spend a bunch of money, and I don't have the patience, and more I'd rather be like doing the stitching. So I kind of just randomly concocted this with stuff that I had on hand. So it's almost like a giant ornament. So I can hang this like on a door or something at Christmas time. This was, I think, the first like pattern I bought that wasn't a kit when I started a couple years ago. Little House Needleworks or Country Cottage Stitches, I can't remember which one. It's one of their patterns. This was normally like a white church, but I changed it to gray because the fabric that I had it on, or maybe I can't, it's been a couple years. I can't remember why I changed it to white. Maybe I don't know if it's because it wasn't showing up on this kind of gray fabric or what, but I don't know. Anyways, I changed it. It's kind of a gray church. And I stitched it. When I started, I had used this, like, I don't know if you can really see it, but this pen to find the center because I didn't know what I was doing, so anyways, this pen was supposed to come out, but it did not come out, and now there's this big old mark, so I was like, well, I'll throw some more snowflakes on. So I think there's actually supposed to be more stitched snowflakes, and I did use that, like, shimmery DMC for the snowflakes. You can't really tell. So, but that thread was kind of a pain to work with. So I was like, well, I'll glue some other ones on. So I glued some plastic snowflakes on, and then I added this dangly one to kind of block. So it pretty much covers up that spot. I mean, it's not perfect, but no one in my house is going to even notice or care. So I added that to kind of block it, made these kind of little dangly things on just some see-through thread, and then I tried to add on some form as many of these little year things, little charms with the year for when I get it done, so that I know, like, oh, I finished that in 2024. So put the year charm on there, and then this is wrapped around a circular hanging board from Dollar Tree that I had on hand. There's glue on the back of it. I just glued it on, and then I took some faux leather vinyl and glued that on the back, It's not perfect, but it's good enough for me. And then I took some like white cording stuff. It's actually, oh, what's that? I don't have it back here. Macrame. It's like the macrame cording. So it's cotton cording, and I glued that around. I tried so many different things, and none of them looked quite right, and this one was good enough. And then I took some other like hemp and white cording, did it around there, and just made it kind of a hanging with a bow. So I think it turned out pretty cute. Not as good as some of those ladies out there who have amazing finishes, but cute enough for me to display, and now it's not sitting in a box. At least there's that. So that will go up for Christmas. Let's see what's next. This one is from a while ago. I don't even remember where I got it, but I finished this one just in a hoop. So I took the lazy way, glued it, cut it, and then just put some ribbon around it. Again, I'm not super concerned about the back. I'm not gifting this to anybody or anything. It's just for me. So put some ribbon to kind of like cover that up, but yeah, I think that's pretty cute. And I'll probably just get a ribbon and hang it around winter time. So that is another finish. This one was a super basic finish and nothing fancy at all. This was a cheap dollar store piece of art. And the art is still behind it, but I just took a piece of foam core board, wrapped this around it, and shoved this in this little frame. Just because this was just a little simple freebie pattern. This is, I think it's, I want to say, might be Crochet Go-Go. Does she have free patterns? That might be where this came from. And then I added beads. So there's like gold beads. This was from a while ago. I just wanted to mess around with beads, so that was the first time I had like taken beads and just was like, oh, I'll add some beads. So anyways, it's obviously not like fully secured. It's just kind of wrapped around foam core and shoved in there, so I could pop it out if I wanted to, but just quick and easy to display at Christmas time from the dollar store. Good enough for me. The next one, I went and bought a frame. The next one, 3 are framed, and I did buy frames. This one specifically was purchased for this pattern. I think this one, no, this is not the one. Yeah, this one is, again, I think just wrapped around like cardboard and in there, but this is that You Are My Sunshine pattern from earlier this year. This is a frame from Hobby Lobby. It's kind of like, I think it's like plasticky, but it kind of looks like wood, but it's, color's pretty good. It's kind of like a bluish gray. So I think that was just kind of cute. I used to sing You Are My Sunshine to my kids all the time as babies, and so I just wanted something to remember that by. I don't know where I'll put this one yet. I might put it on top of my piano in a spare room because one of my sons is been asking to play Where You Are My Sunshine, so he kind of watched a little YouTube video and learned how to play it, so that's kind of cute. Maybe I'll put it on the piano for now, but it's just in a glass frame. This pattern was from Etsy, and you can't get it anymore. She was a Russian seller that got shut down. I changed the colors. Hers was on black with white and yellow, so I did it on white with gray and blue and yellow. But that was another one I'm glad to have in a frame to display. This next one, I bought a cheap discount frame at Hobby Lobby. I don't know, it's not perfect. But it's just in it for now, and I can set it up whenever. So yeah, it's just like, it was on clearance for $2.99. It's normally like $12, so I was like, well, that'll work enough. Because I couldn't find any frame that was like narrow and skinny, and I'm not going to display this all the time. I'm just going to put it up at Christmas time, so I don't know. I wanted like a narrow skinny frame to just put up, I didn't want to turn it into a pillow, and I wasn't really sure how to frame it. So I put it in here. But, like, obviously there's a lot of, like, edge. So I don't know. I could get a mat. Then I thought about, I got these little, they're little buttons, like gingerbread buttons. And so I thought about maybe I could glue a couple on the frame. And I also had these, like, peppermints. And so since there's, like, peppermints and gingerbread and, like, somewhere there was one of those snowflakes that I used too. So I thought, well, maybe it'd be cute, like, if I glued a couple, but I didn't want to ruin the frame with gluing them, so I don't know. What do you think? Do you have, like, an idea or somebody else's video where you could be like, hey, go watch this video, that would be really cute way to finish this. I don't know. I think the pattern's super cute. It's by Little Dove Designs. I think it's called Welcome Home or Home for Christmas maybe. There's normally something here and it's like written on here, but I left the words out. And I left off the extra border that I had. So anyways, I have it in a frame. I can display it as is. It's not exciting and I would like to do something cuter, but I'm not exactly sure what. So if you have ideas, let me know. The last one that I have, I bought this frame at Hobby Lobby also, and I tried that sticky board. I think it looks decent. I was trying to make this one look a little bit better. However, this fabric is that Witchell fabric, and you can see through and you can see my lines running behind, especially like behind my wording. So I'm not super happy about that. Like, I can't tell as much, but you can see where I took the thread through, and I tried to not do that too much, but even like where I just marked it, I don't know, you can just see it. So when I put on that sticky board, it kind of showed up more. That's kind of a bummer, but also, you know, I'm not selling this or giving this to anybody, so I'm not super concerned, and I think it looks cute enough to display. It's in kind of a shadow box, so I wrapped it around that sticky board, and then it just kind of is sitting in there. And it would be cute to have a little, like, shell or something maybe, but this again is Little Dove Designs, I believe. Hold it back, and I just think that is pretty cute. So this one I wanted to hang up somewhere for sure, and I love the colors in it. But just a basic frame. It was also on clearance at Hobby Lobby. So that is all my finishes, or at least they're out of the box and in a frame. And so now I've shown you, and so now I can go put them up somewhere. And, well, the Christmas ones will wait for Christmas. But anyways, let's move on to my whips. I also have new starts, because that's me. Hello, I'm an addict with new starts. There's multiple. Okay, so let's see here. Some of these things are on frames still. Let's see if I can get them off without creating too much chaos. Sorry. Bear with me. So I bought a bunch I got a gift card for my birthday, because I just turned 40 and I just had my birthday. So I bought a bunch of the Nerd hoops from Amazon. So it's been kind of nice. I really like these hoops. And so I put a bunch of the projects that I've been working on them. So I haven't taken them off. I'll take this one off for you. This one is Countryside Christmas by Rosemary Berlin. This is from Stitches So Beautiful on Etsy. Oh man, I just love the colors in this. So I originally started down here, and then I got something confused, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to go up the side. So I counted up the side, and I wanted to do kind of a diagonal. So I'm not super like following only a diagonal, but I am going in that general direction of a diagonal. So I've been filling in the sky and some of this like hill coming up here. Soon I will be at the little characters and things, which is what I've been wanting to get to, and that's why I like this pattern, is because there's like so many things happening. I like that. So, and I like the colors in the background. So let's see where we are. I've got these magnetic things rolling this up everywhere. Sorry. And there are threads hanging down because I am a cross-country stitcher, but if there's nowhere else like near to go, then I do park threads sometimes. So, sorry, my lighting is gonna go in and out, I think. Hold on, let's fold this in half. Alright, so you can see the bottom where I started. Then I decided to just go up the side. So, this is how tall it will be. And this is kind of the area that I was working in. There's a lot of like literally one colored stitch. So I know a lot of you guys who do full coverage will like fill in, and if it's one color you fill that in before you move on. But I am finding I hate changing thread and needles and stuff. So I just go, and if there's only one color or like 2 spots of color, I ignore it and I move on. And then when I get to a spot where there's like other ones, like if I get to the whole, say this whole half, and there's like 4 spots, I'll wait till everything's filled in, and then I'll go back and fill in all 4 spots at once. Because then I just do it one time with the needle versus pulling it out. So there will be spots missing, and I'll just wait and leave it. But that one is this beautiful pattern, and I've been having a hard time putting this one down. So I did work on that one some more. Set it away over here without losing everything that was with it. Okay. What else? I worked on this one, I think, just a little bit since I showed you last time. This is Soda Stitch 4 Seasons Window for the winter. I am stitching it on Sparkly Ada because I did not want to stitch all the white snow in that window. So I'm going to try to not stitch all the white snow and just stitch the other parts. And I worked over here like on that tree, on that Christmas tree. I did this a little bit while I was camping also. So you can see, sorry, it's really wrinkly, but this curtain is very large. There's a lot of stitching that still needs to go for that curtain down the side. But I'm glad I don't have to stitch all the white in there. I have just a little bit of back stitching that I had done in the past, but this thing is going to have quite a bit more back stitching. But I just think soda stitches are so fun. I like to do them on 14 count because it just makes it quick and easy. There's blocks of bright colors, so I just feel like soda stitches are really fun to just kind of zone out and just have something easy. So that was a good one. Let's see, I'll save those for later. I did restart this, and I might restart this again, actually. So, let's see. I don't even know if it's worth showing you, but I'll show you real fast. It's Heaven and Earth Designs Mini Peaceful Harbor by Jane Wooster Scott. Showed this in the past. I recently started it. I started at the bottom, and then, yeah, it was really small. So, that was on 32 count Easy Grid Lugana. That is, and I'm bummed because I have a bunch of this fabric because I bought a huge piece for some, actually I bought 2 huge pieces for a couple projects, and then I just realized way too small, I don't like it. So I started that because I thought, well, this one's smaller, maybe I can manage, but I just don't enjoy it, so it's probably not gonna last. So I thought, okay, I'll restart it. So I restarted it, and where did I start? Yeah, the top corner, and I kind of got going down the side a little bit because I wanted to do some of this. So I got kind of to the roof, and I'm actually not sure that I'll keep this one either because I was just in a hurry. This is what happens. I just wanted to work on it, so I just use the fabric I have instead of just being patient. I need to learn patience. So I used an 18 count fabric I have, but I'm only using 2 strands, and I'm doing a half cross because I don't like using more than 2 strands. Actually, maybe did I use 3? No. I didn't want to use 3, so I was trying to get away with 2 strands. And it looks okay, and maybe I'll keep it, but all I've done is the light colored area. So where it's light, it's fine. Then when you get to the roof, there's probably going to be too much, like, the lighting. There's probably going to be too much white showing through. But maybe it'll be fine. I don't know. I'm debating going to 22 count Hardanger because I've started a few other ones on that and I like that. So I don't know if I'll stick with this. Or switch to that, but I don't know. Maybe I can stick with the 2 strands on the light part and like use 3 strands on the dark part. Or will that like stand out and stick out more? I don't know. I refuse to do full cross on these big ones because I have too many big ones. So, oh, there's a net. So I will only do like half cross on these, but I don't know. This is just a very beginning start, and I might start over because all I have is 2 small starts. One with fabric that's too small, one with fabric that's probably too big, and Goldilocks. Okay, so there's that. I did restart it, but I might restart it again, depending. Sorry, let me get this back in here. I know some of you don't like my bag zipping, but it is what it is. And my bags aren't unzipped right now, so sorry. Plug your ears, here comes the zipper. This one I haven't pulled out for a long time, but I just felt like stitching on this recently. So I pulled it out. It is lavender and lace. What's it called? I think it's called Oh Christmas Tree. I know a lot of people love this one. I saw it before and it was so beautiful. I love it. It's hard to stitch on though. And so while I want it done, I would love to have it up. It's hard for me. So I'm in the tree and it's just, the pattern is just all over. So it's not the easiest one. I have to focus on this one more, but I did get started on it. I think this, I don't know if this had called for fabric or what, but I think this is 28 Lugana, 28 count Lugana, mushroom Lugana. This is going to be pretty big. It's still in the frame because I was working on this last night, but just been working in the tree and adding shades of green and brown. So it's just kind of hard because it's like green, 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 and the pattern is all black and white. Just, I don't know. For whatever reason, it's hard for me. It's a hard one for me to follow, but I think it's going to be beautiful when it's done. So I did work on that one a little bit, and that's good. It was a whip go for me, I think, last month that I ignored. Didn't want to do. So if I do that for a couple more days, I can mark it off on my whip go, which I have fallen behind on. Another one I worked on, I better move a little faster because this is taking me a while. Sorry if this is I've been dragging it out today. I never know if I'm talking too fast or too slow about projects. This is Noah's Ark by Abraham Hunter, charted by Artisy. My pattern's getting a little beat up. I just love all the animals. I started originally in the middle and went this way. I worked on the arc quite a bit in the last couple days. This is on a 20 count easy grid, 2/1 tent stitch. Really wrinkly. So I did a lot of this arc fill-in. Sorry, it's really, this lighting really shows the wrinkles. Yeah, it's a teeny bit sparse on 20 count, having just 2 strands tent stitch. But I really like how it feels and like how easy it is to stitch, and so it's good enough for me. I think it looks fine. Although with this lighting, it's kind of hard. It's a little better. So yeah, filled in some of that. That one's a fun one. I like to do this one. I like seeing all the animals pop out. This one I worked on while camping. This is a Gold Petite Cliffside Beacon by Dimensions. And originally I started in the middle and kind of went out here. I've done some of the clouds and kind of come down. I think I was actually came down the edge and was working up in there. Let me get that opened. Yeah, I worked on some of that fencing while I was camping. Sorry for the lighting. So, this one I have just a little bit of a hard time working on because I can't really like see too much. It just kind of looks like blobs. And it's light colors, and so I just get kind of bored. But I did do quite a bit of fill-in actually while I was camping. So I moved it through a little bit, and I do like the picture. I just tend to not gravitate towards pulling it out when I'm at home. Maybe it'll be a camping project each time I go to the beach. So there's that one. I'm trying to go faster. This one I found out after the fact was a kit, an old Dimensions kit, but I didn't know that, so I just have the pattern that I had previously purchased. I think it's called Coming Home or something like that, but that one. And I worked on this lamp. So I did the lamp and the wreath and filled that in. I really like working on this one because this one I feel like the scenery, the image comes to life pretty quickly. So I like that. Sometimes some of the full coverage and bigger ones, you know, you just see blobs for a while, and it doesn't motivate me as much. So when I see more of like the image actually coming together, it's more motivating. So that one I like. This one I also did while camping. I really love this one. This is Luca S. Christmas Eve. I just think it's so beautiful. I originally had started in the middle, and I had a page finish, like either early this year or last year. I had finished this page. So since then I have come in and filled in, and I think I did some windows and stuff in this like house and snow this last time while I was camping. So let's see how it looks. This one, when I hold it up to the camera, is when I'm always like, oh, I love it. I fall in love again. Yeah, see? Oh, yeah, yep. I love this one. Need to work on it some more. So yeah, I filled in a lot of this stuff in this last few weeks. So it's a big one though. It's big, but it's going to be so pretty. I need to pull that one again out again. Okay, that was my Luca S. And I did a little bit on stockings this time. This time I did my older son's stocking, which is this Dimensions Holy Night. And I started in the middle, which was around the cow's nose. So I have filled in more of the cow and started just a teeny bit on the background, but mostly I'm filling in that cow. This one is on, I think it must be 18 count. I don't know. I think it's 18 count, and it's a little bit more slow going for me. So you kind of start to see the cow showing up now. So that's good to get a little bit further on there. Maybe if I get more showing coming through again, I might be more interested in focusing on that one. But I don't, the fabric needle like feel isn't as good for me. It's not as like smooth, and I think because it's smaller, it's at 6 or 18 count, I believe. It's not as good as like the Luca S one. So smooth and the fabric soft, and it just, you know, some things just feel better than others. So I struggle with that one a little bit, but that was the stocking. The last things I have are new starts or new patterns that I have not started yet. So I will show you. Let's show you this one first. Okay, I'm almost done. This is a Soda Stitch Cat's Cafe, and I am stitching this for somebody. I won't say who. There's a slight chance they watch my videos, but I don't think so. But I just thought it was so cute. I really wanted to stitch it, but I don't have cats. I'm allergic to cats. I wouldn't put it up anywhere, but I wanted to stitch it. And then I realized I think somebody would really like this. So I'm making it for a certain somebody, and I started in the middle. I have this cat and kind of this motif stuff pretty much done. And I've started this cat's ear and a little bit on this cat. I love Soda Stitch. This is on a 32 count Murano from Hobby Lobby. And I'm just going to leave it on the frame because you can still see. But I think the colors, whatever, I'm not sure what the blue is, but it's from Hobby Lobby. I think the colors really pop off of there really nicely. So here's this white cat holding a candy cane will be over here, and then there's like a gray cat over here. But this one's just so fun because just those bright colors, and it's pretty blocky. This one will have a little bit of back stitching for the nose and eyes. A lot of times Soda Stitch has a lot of back stitching, but this particular pattern, they do black outlining stitches instead. So most of the outlining around there is actually just stitches instead of back stitching. So that's actually kind of nice. There's just very minimal back stitching for the eyes, and I think like 2 lines on the paws. So that's a really cute, fun one. And now, the last, I have 4 patterns. I'm pretty sure the sale was after the fact, after my last video. I don't think I've shown these. If I have, then you're seeing them again. It's so hard for me to track what I did or didn't do last time. So Artisy had a sale. They had like 40% off for one day only. And so I was like, well, okay, I better buy some new patterns. So I bought 4 patterns. I've started 2 of them. I have a little bit to say about them. Okay, so let's see. Did I have? No. Okay. This one is Artisy Silent Night by Abraham Hunter. I have other patterns that are similar to this, so I went back and forth on whether I needed it or not, but then I decided I did. I really like blue. I love how there's the Aurora Borealis, the train with the light in the background. It's just pretty. So, I started this one, like I did the other one, on 18 count, and I realized it was not going to work. This pattern's too dark for me to do 2 strands half cross. So I bought some 22 count hardanger, and I think I'm going to start it again. I actually took out what I started on it, so I have nothing to show you other than I started it, I took it out, I think I'm going to restart it. I'm debating starting in a corner, but then, like, I won't get to see anything fun, so when I started in the middle, I was in the tree. I don't know. I'll probably start in the middle again soon, but this was a new pattern. This is also from Artisy. This is called Winter Wonderland from Mark Keithley. This is a new pattern, a new artist that I don't have. This is very similar to that last one, and so I almost didn't get it. They were different enough, and I liked it enough that I did. So, again, I mean, can you tell a theme and, like, what kind of patterns I like? But they were both beautiful. I got this one. I wasn't going to start it, and then last night I decided to start it anyways. So, I did start it, and I started in the middle, which happens to be on the horse, which that makes it fun. So, this is on that 22 count hardanger. This was a cheap hardanger from Michael's, but it's working good enough for me. So, started that horse. And I like that you can already see kind of a shape. So it's just a small start. That one is started. This one I have not started yet. This is called Coming Home by Abraham Hunter. I love the color of the water against the red. Like, I just love the colors. Now, I don't want to stitch this whole huge thing though. So, and I don't care too much about the boat. I like the pelican and the lighthouse. And so I think, sorry, my lighting in here, it's not good. But I think I can kind of cut it off about right there or so. And have less to stitch. And still kind of get that part of the scenery. So I think that's what I'm going to do with this one. But I haven't started it yet. But again, Abraham Hunter. I love his stuff. The last one I started, but I will probably restart also. Again, I'm not very patient. I get things and want to start with them. This one is by Dominic Davison. I've almost bought multiple of his patterns multiple times. Then I always step back and I'm like, no, but I'll do it. This time I did it. So, Cottage Evening Sunset. I did start this one and I started in the middle, so I'm like on this roof and house area. But again, I started it on that 18 count, and I think I started it with, I did this one with 3 strands, but I don't like doing 3 strands. So, I mean, I've just barely started here. So I'm thinking I will probably restart this one on 22 count as well. I thought about 25 count easy grid from 1, 2, 3 stitch. I'm just not sure if that's going to be too small, because that other one that I started on 32 count was so small. So it was 25. Am I going to regret it if I buy 25 count? Does anybody else do 25 count? Or have you done 25 count and like compared it to 20 count? Because I do like that 20 count. I don't know. Anyways, that's just me thinking. I've got all these new patterns I want to work on. I don't want to keep starting and restarting, so I want to just figure out what I love and what works perfectly. I like the easy grid because it's easy. I like the 22 count hardanger because I feel like it feels pretty easy to do it. However, I wish it was gridded, and I don't want to grid it. So I kind of like that easy grid route. So there's some little gnat in here. Anyways, I'm trying to decide what to do. I don't want to keep starting and restarting things, but I do want to work on this project. So anyways, that was kind of a long, rambly one. Hopefully you enjoyed being here and seeing my finishes and all the whips. And yeah, hopefully you got some fun stitching done while you were watching. So anyways, I will be back probably next month to show you an update, and I'll probably have new starts then too. But thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.